So read the first question, the one I said copy in your books. What does it say? A.
Okay.
States
Kirchhoff's current law and the voltage law.
States Kirchhoff's current law and the voltage law. Okay. Good. So, in some books, the current law is referred as the first law, and the voltage law is referred as the second law. Okay? So sometimes they may say, state the first law, meaning they're talking about the current law. At times they can say, state the voltage law, meaning they are talking about the second law. So, how do we answer such a question? Or what does Newton's current law state? Okay? So, the statement should go like this. Kirchhoff current law states that current entering a node or a junction, the other word for node is a junction, is always or must be equal to current leaving a node. Okay? What is the example? What exactly are we talking about? So if I have a line here, connected like that, the current here, I1, and the current here, I2, and the current here, I3. This is our node, or simply a junction. A node is simply a point where current can split or join. That's a node. So what we are saying here is that the current entering a junction, I1, should be equal to the current leaving the junction, which is I2 plus I3. That is Kirchhoff's current law, or Kirchhoff's first law. This is, I'll give you an example of a roundabout. The cars entering the roundabout should be equal to the cars leaving the roundabout. Why? Because we don't park at a roundabout. So even if a roundabout has got 4 ways or 6 ways, the cars entering the roundabout should always be equal to the cars leaving the roundabout at every moment. Why? Because we don't park at a roundabout. Equally, current entering a junction should always be equal to the current leaving a junction. Why? Because current has nothing to do at a junction. Okay? That's first law. What about the second law or the voltage law? Kirchhoff's voltage law states that the sum of the voltage drops in a closed loop should be equal to the voltage supplied. Kirchhoff's voltage law states that the sum of the voltage drops in a closed loop should be equal to the voltage supplied. That is Kirchhoff's voltage law, or Kirchhoff's second law. What does this mean? Don't have Congo to make tea for the morning for me. It's easy. To make tea for the with lemon. What does this mean? If I have a circuit like this, this is our voltage supplied. Resistor 1, resistor 2. Okay? So, because of this voltage here, there will be current passing here in this circuit and come back like that. Okay? This voltage will cause current to flow in the circuit. Now, when current reaches a resistor, Ohm's law will apply. V is equal to IR. So, when this current I meets this resistor, we shall multiply I by R. And what we get here is what is known as a voltage drop. Okay? Here again, there will be another V, so we shall call this V1. There will be another V equal to IR. We shall call it V2. So what we are saying, according to Kirchhoff's voltage law, is that Vs, voltage supplied, should be equal to V1 plus V2. That's what we mean by saying in a closed loop, the sum of the voltage drops should be equal to the voltage supplied. What are we saying? If a bus leaves a particular station with 30 people, it comes back with 0 people. The number of people dropping off the bus should be equal to the number of people in the bus at the start.
Okay.
If a bus leaves Kaseshi shopping complex, it goes to Masala, back to town, from town to Arthur Davison, back to Kaseshi. If the number of people who are in the bus were 20, it has come back with 0 people. It means the number of people that have dropped must be what? 20. So, if here we had 10 votes, and what has been lost here is only 3 votes, definitely what should be lost here should be 7 votes. So that 3 plus 7 should give us the supplied voltage. So, life is about balancing things. So, in electrical, we only deal with 2 quantities, which are voltage and current. This is all about electrical. Whatever we talk about in the electrical is as a result of voltage and current. So, the law that deals with current, we call it the first law. The law that deals with voltage, we call it the second law. So what do you know about current? Current entering a junction should be equal to current leaving a junction. What do you know about voltage? The sum of the voltage drops around the closed loop should be equal to the supplied voltage.
Okay.
Napi Shamkwai. Part B.
Okay. Part B, it's a calculation.
There's no limit.
Part B questioned it.
Ginger.
A 12-volt battery is connected across a load having resistance of 40. Determine the current flowing in the load, the power consumed, and the energy spotted in 2 minutes.
Good. So, the first thing there, we have to draw the circuit. So, can you read the first part of the question to me? We draw the circuit.
Okay. A 12-volt battery is connected.
So we have 12 volts battery connected across
a load having resistance of 40
ohms. That is all. That's a circuit. In a good mood, I'll give you 3 marks for that. In a bad mood, no mark. Because we can't have a technologist who can't draw a circuit. It's an error. We don't want to mislead the nation. So that's all about the circuit there. Please get into the habit of being able to draw a circuit from a sentence. And sometimes it's deliberate that they just put a circuit in a sentence. Because when a circuit is given like this, everyone will know what to do. So we have a circuit there. of this circuit, let me explain something. What do you know about Ohm's law? That is Ohm's law. V is equal to IR. What does that mean? This simply means that whenever there is the presence of voltage, what we call as the potential difference. Voltage is the potential difference. What does that mean? The presence of electrons at one point compared to another point, there is a difference. That's what it means by potential difference. The presence of electrons at 2 points is different. As a result, the electrons will flow. Due to potential difference, the potential difference will cause for electrons to flow. And the flow of electrons is the animal we call what? Current, given by I. So what has to start is the voltage. We must have voltage. That's the reason why you need to have a battery as a source of what? Voltage. A source of the potential difference. This voltage will cause the electrons to flow. And the flow of electrons is the animal we call current. When you say amalight yaya, it is not true. Takwava amalight eko yaya. The only thing is that current has stopped flowing. As long as current is flowing, I continue getting paid. Very good salary, of course. The moment current stops flowing, I have to go into the field and make sure current starts flowing. That's when I will come back to sleep. So, first you must have voltage. Voltage is a potential difference in the number of electrons. The potential difference will cause electrons to flow. When the electrons are flowing, we say there is what? Current. But these electrons are not flowing in free air. They are flowing in a conductor. They are flowing against a rod. And there is an animal called what? Resistance.
Yes.
So, there is a reason why this formula, we don't write it as R is equal to V over I, which is also correct. As a mechanical person, this is correct. But electrically, it is not very correct. Mathematically, it is correct. Electrically, V is equal to IR. Not RI, IR. What's the reason? The first thing to be present is the voltage, which will cause the current to flow. As current is flowing, it faces what? Resistance.
Resistance.
So there is a reason why these things are written the way they are written, gentlemen. Professor DDK. Wala abantu akare masangana atupwa. But ema tuchinaye.
Not chill.
Sana.
Huh? V is equal to IR. So we have got the voltage. This voltage will cause the current to flow. As this current is flowing, it finds a resistor. It faces what? Opposition. Now, what are the questions? What is the question after this? What are we supposed to find? Read the question.
Determine the current flowing in the load. The power
Determine
consumed
the current
and the
flowing in the load.
load.
Good. V is equal to IR. Our V is 12. Our I we don't know. Our R is 40. I is equal to 12 over 40. Pashtizo? 0.3 amps. Punch and confirm. Vakatele, you are too quiet.
No, I'm getting you. I'm listening.
I need feedback for me to know that we are on the same page.
Following, sir. Following.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay? What else are we supposed to find?
The power consumed and the energy dissipated in 2 minutes.
So we have found the current. What about power? First one, current. Second, power. Power is equal to what? What's the formula for power? Hello? What's the formula for power? Power is equal to I squared R. So if your I was wrong here, you'll be just extending, exposing more of your ignorance. 0.3 squared multiplied by 40. Pashtizo. When I say pashtizo, it means I'm saying punch. Yeah. Punch. I think you should get 3.6 watts. Is that true? Gentlemen, I need feedback. Hello? Another formula for power.
Yes, sir.
you would have used D. Is that correct? Is it 3.6?
Yes, it's 3.6.
Thank you. Power can also be found as V squared over R. If anything, in this question, I encourage you to use this one. Why? Because the voltage was given and the resistance was given. In case you got your current wrong, your answer will be wrong here. But with this one, you are using the data from the question. So what is our V? 12 squared over 40. 12 squared is 144. Divide by 40, it must give us 3.6. So there's nothing like, no, me I used this one, no, me I used this one. You should reach at the destination.
Yeah, we are reaching there.
Thank you. The other formula for power, you would have also found the power using this one. Power is equal to VI, voltage multiplied by current. So our V is 12. Our current is 0.3. Pashtizo 3.6 watts. So there's nothing like, no, me I used this one. You should reach the destination.
Correct.
We proceed. Energy consumed in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
What is power? Power is equal to energy over time. Do we agree? Power is work done over time. Work done is energy. So what is energy? Power multiplied by what? Time. So our power is 3.6. Our time is 2 minutes multiplied by 60 seconds. Because it must be in seconds. You punch Tizo. 432 joules of energy. That is 20 marks. And that is how we are going to pass. When they shout on the graduation, Joshua Katele, diploma in mechanical, and people will be clapping. Is that okay?
Yes.
I'll leave with you question 7. Question 7 is a very common question. I just want you to try it. I'll solve it tomorrow before I start solving strength of materials. Thank you. Good night.
Okay.
Let me send the video.
Thank you, sir. Good night.